Oh, hey.
Oh, hi.
We are finally recording again after like 3 weeks.
Something like that.
It's been a minute, which I'm okay with because the
Yeah.
understaffedness has been tough, tough.
Real. Real.
Uh, yeah. So should we just roll right into the intro and knock this out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, Welcome back, everybody. I'm Erika.
And I'm Sarah. This is the Living Understaffed podcast, the chaos we can't clock out of. I'm in Seattle. Look at that backdrop. Look at that. Look at that. It is,
My home state of Washington. I'm not from Seattle,
yes.
but I am from Washington.
I really, really want Erica's mom to come into town so I can meet her in person. Uh, for diabolical reasons, obviously, but I
Speaking of
am close.
diabolical reasons, did I tell you what my mom gave me for Christmas?
Yes. She gave
She
you
gave
a
me
book about like how to not be a sad girl, like along those
how to
lines.
interact with the world while being sensitive, which sent me into a rage. Um, and also a pot holder,
Also, a what?
a pot holder, like or like a washcloth or whatever, which she did make. She did knit that herself.
Well, I mean, that's adorable, but the audio that came through, I thought you said pot smoker. And I was like, what
Uh, no.
what kind of Christmas gift is that? Okay. Well, now I understand it. I mean, your mom was a hippie, is a hippie. So the pot smoker part of it, I was like, all right. Like, okay.
I mean, yes, but yeah, I was and the pot holder thing, I would have really loved it if like my mom did make it. Like she did.
Which we love. We love a craft.
Mhm. Uh, except, like, my mom has been knitting longer than I've been alive. My mom has knit sweaters that are, like, crazy intricate, and I'm like,
And you got a pot holder. That's what you're saying?
"Wow."
You know, I have, we both.
Like, you crocheted
I
me an entire blanket just because I'm your best friend.
that's factual. I mean, to be
You
fair,
better.
Bev didn't knit me a sweater. She
Bev is
knitted
awesome.
she knitted my sister-in-law several things because my sister-in-law is the nicest person on the planet. But she never once knitted me a sweater, a set of socks, a vest. No. Now
Yeah,
I
she did knit Nolan several hats.
but not you.
No.
I mean, I'm laughing because I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
Uh
Well, it's funny. It's funny. It's also tragic, but it's definitely funny. Um, I I don't
well,
except
but
for my
your
sister and Shay.
mom.
Oh, yes. That's why I
We have
was like,
talked about this. Your mom has an affinity for getting men to pay for things that
it's
we
insane.
do not have.
Also, good. Take them for all they're worth.
Fact. Like, do I
If they
support her in those adventures? Yes. Do I want to know how she has the wiles to do it? Yes. Would I actually follow through and use those wiles myself? No. Am I tempted? Yes. But would I actually do it? I really don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if I would. I would just like the ability though. But I
I
saw this
mean, yeah.
thing that this conversation reminded me of. Um uh it's going to hurt your feelings. It's
Great.
going to hurt
Fucking
your
super.
feelings.
Listen, we haven't recorded for a couple weeks, and we also haven't talked on the phone too much since my fucking road trip back from the Midwest to Texas. So, like, it's about time you hurt my feelings. I'm counting down.
Um, are you a freak? No, actually, I'm disgusting by the things I've done just to feel loved.
Wow.
Unnecessary.
Uh, that was mean, and you deserve a penalty for that. That was so rude.
Oh, it
Ugh.
fucking got me right in the chest.
I am unwell.
Yes.
Ugh,
Yes. Like, I there's another one that says, like, I've shown more it was like it's part of a poem that I saw on
okay.
Instagram, and I don't remember her name or I would tell you. But it's also like, I've shown my body more times than I've gotten flowers, which is crazy because I love flowers, but I hate my body. And I was like, oh, fuck. It's not quite as bad as like
I
I'm disgusted with myself for the things I've done just to feel love, but like,
Oh, no, it's right here. It's a poem for women. I've given up my body more times than I've been given flowers. And it's ironic because I hate my body, but I love flowers. Rude.
rude. I think about
Rude.
that all the time. I think about that all the time because I think, like, everybody goes through a phase like that, and it's, like, up to you to, like, get out of it, but, like, having it, like having it spelled out to you in that, like, black and white, it is really difficult to, like,
It's the meanest thing you've ever said to me.
oh, I read that, and I shit you not, I, like, almost shed a tear. I was like, I know. I was like, "Jesus Christ."
Wow. Well, on that note, today's episode, let's
Ah,
rock this
yes.
out before we spend the first 54 minutes of recording on bullshitting. Um,
Truly.
I'm gonna let you take the reins because you did the research on this, and I'm excited about this. This is another segment in our Badass Women in History series, I guess is what I want to call it. But I am excited about this one.
I'm looking out the pronunciation just to make sure.
I think I'm gonna do the same thing as last time and send this to a couple of the people that I know that speak French and have them say a recording back to me so I can superimpose it in.
Yes. It's, Julie, I'm sure the French pronounce it much better. Julie Dubigny. Um, she first of all, her entire life was a fever dream, okay? I normally I don't like, I didn't even do a deep dive, and I have 1, 2, 3 front and back. So, like, 6 total pages of notes.
Killing it.
Wild, wild. So, she lived in France, born in, 1673 and died in 1707 at 33, which nobody really knows. I couldn't really find a definitive reason, um, but fucking crazy. So, her father trained the pages in King Louis the 14th's court, and he educated her in traditionally, like, male academic pursuits. So she was taught, uh, all the things that boys were normally taught, including, like, fencing and horseback riding and stuff. Um, when in 1687, when she was 14, Um, she was arranged to marry Su some dude. Um, and it was arranged hold on, it was arranged by the, horse master, which was her dad's boss, who she was having an affair with
Mm.
when, uh, she was 14 and he was 46.
Oh,
Ew,
God.
gross. So, definitely gross. Shortly after her marriage, her husband took a position in the south of France and, left Julie in Paris. Whether she decided to stay or he that was part of the deal, we don't really know.
Mm.
Um, the same year she got married, she began a relationship with an assistant, fencing master named Seren. Um, Seren killed someone in a duel, and then the lieutenant general of the police tried to apprehend him. They fled and made a living doing fencing exhibitions, singing taverns and bars. Basically just living it up. Um, allegedly, I really hope this is true. A man refused to believe that she was a woman because she was too good at fencing, so she took off her blouse in front of everybody and just titties out.
I love that. I
Yes.
also on the fencing line, I also read that she had been, you know, she excelled at sword play and often dressed in men's clothing from, like, the time that she was a kid all the way through, her adulthood,
Mhm.
and her skill with a sword was, like, legendary, and so
Yes.
she fought in numerous duels and was indicted for crimes like kidnapping and arson, often under male names because the authorities assumed that the woman wouldn't commit such acts. So,
Mhm.
uh, wow, just wow.
Yes. Um, this is probably one of those stories that everyone's heard. So while she's doing the, um, traveling, singing, sorting, she meets a woman while on stage, immediately falls in love with her. The woman's family sent her to a convent, to keep them separated.
Mhm.
Also, this is still the same Julie is, like, 15 or 16 at this point. Um, Julie joins the convent as a postulate, and then when a elderly nun dies, they put her body in the cell that the girl was in, and set the convent on fire
What?
and escape.
Wow.
Wild. Um, Julie was sentenced, uh to death for her crimes, but under the name of her husband because they couldn't believe a woman could abduct another woman and set fire to a convent.
So did her husband end up dying under those charges?
No, I don't I think he
Oh.
was largely, like, either oblivious or, like, not interested because he doesn't really beyond their marriage, he does not show up again in this story. Um, it kind of seems like the master of horses, who was her dad's boss, by the way, um,
Mhm.
set her up with that marriage so that she wouldn't get married and sent somewhere else, um, so that he could keep her there and had a husband that he knew wasn't gonna be a problem, which ew.
God. I mean,
Although
do we all want
shit
a husband that
immediately
isn't a problem? Yes. But I think for that
um,
era, that was, a little before its
that
time,
was the life, really.
honestly.
Um, um the girl eventually was returned to her family. And then Julie started singing opera. She was actually a very, very talented opera singer as well. Um, she met, Comte d'Albert, challenged her to a duel, not realizing she was a woman. She beat him, injured him, and then nursed him back to health.
Yeah. I do have notes on there too that they ended up having this lifelong friendship. Lots of
Yes.
letters sent back and forth.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
adorable.
Like you said, she wore men's clothes, but she never tried to pass as a man. She just wore them because she wanted to, and people were like, "You can't do that," and she's like, I don't really care."
Watch me.
Yeah. Uh,
That's awesome.
she got into Marseille, an opera company, which it seems like it was with the help of the comte, like, he recommended her, but nobody really knows for sure. It doesn't, um, like as I was taking notes, it seems like she was very talented, but she was also really young and also, like, it for that time, problematic, so they were like, "Ooh." Um, so that was part of it. Um,
Well, and for that time, women were problematic. They were just meant to be props anyway. So,
yes, truly.
one thing that I really liked, since we're talking about her opera years and whatnot, part of her life also inspired a novel called Mademoiselle de Maupin. And it's like a romantic tale that borrows her name and some themes, but it creates a new storyline. But her life was like the inspiration. What was his name? Theo Theo Theophile Theophile Gautier. Um, Probably butchered that. Not even mad about it, but it was written in 1835, and supposedly that was like her life that he was. That was the inspiration for that novel. Am I going to download and read it? Yes.
She did so much. Also, like, I'm going through her life chronologically. She's she was 17 when she joined the Paris Opera. So
Yeah,
she had already been
incredible.
singing opera before that,
Yep,
which is insane.
absolutely.
This is probably my favorite anecdote about her. She did have to, take a break from her career and leave Paris because she crashed a court ball in men's clothing, kissed a woman in the middle of the dance floor, obviously a woman in, like, men's clothes. 3 men challenged her to a duel. She fought all 3 of them at the same time and won.
So hot. So hot. Awesome.
Like, I don't remember what year what that was. I didn't write it in my notes because 'cause I'm a dummy, but that's one of my favorite things. I was like, "Fucking hell yeah." Just let her. Just let her kiss women at that point. But
Well, and
because, duels were
what I
illegal
read yes.
at the time.
Yes. So what I read about that was that duels were illegal in France at the time. Women dueling were explicitly forbidden, and also women in men's clothing. So then on like further on as far as the her crashing the royal ball, the king reportedly pardoned her because the men that she fought, that she dueled, they had violated etiquette first. So she was pardoned. And we love
We
that.
love a loophole. We love a loophole. After this duel situation, she, uh, goes to Brussels, where she becomes the mistress of Elector Bar Bavaria? I can't read my own handwriting, I'm so sorry. But he found her a bit too much, in his words. When
Oh,
she stabbed herself with a real dagger on stage, he paid her 40,000 francs to leave him alone. She threw the money in coins back at him in front of his emissary and stomped off in a huff.
I think I love her. Like,
I am I
I love her so much.
she's so like
Like,
yes.
so dramatic. That is so
Mhm.
funny.
Also, the fact that he gave her 40 I don't know what let's look that up. What is 40,000 francs today? Uh,
I got it. I got it.
okay. In, like, 1700.
Okay, 40,000 francs from the mid 18th century would be about 450,000 US dollars.
Damn.
If any man would like to pay me 40,000 francs to leave them alone, by all means, please do that. I volunteer as tribute.
Same, same.
Wow.
Uh,
What a blessing.
the fact that she threw it at him in front of his buddies,
The
hilarious.
fucking audacity. I love her. I love her.
Yes, yes. After that, she leaves Brussels, and she goes to Spain, where she becomes the lady's maid of Countess Marino, and she resented it so much that she dressed her hair with radishes before going to a grand ball in a style so that the countess couldn't see, but everyone else could. And she
Oh,
just did after that.
wow. But why would she must have come on like hard times. Why would she have become someone's lady's maid when she seemed to have been doing okay on her own?
I don't know. Well, it's the same thing with, like, why was she traveling and singing in taverns and stuff, making money that way? Like, I don't know
That's true.
exactly, um, all of these situations. She also kind of seems like somebody who can't really keep a job for that long. Like, she can't really stick with one
Yeah,
thing.
I definitely see a theme of having problem with authority there. There's definitely a
Yeah.
theme. Hmm.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
that's fair. Hilarious.
She did, and then once she returned to Paris once she was pardoned for the duels. Uh, and then she immediately started, um, back up with the opera, and again, she was a very talented singer, but she also brought the concept of a contralto to France,
Yes.
um,
Yes. So hot.
from yeah,
So
from Italy, which was not a thing before, and that was, like, I was part of it was, like, I was reading, like, her vocal range was more that than whatever she was before. I don't know music that well. Um,
it's just hot. Let's
yeah,
for
but
the
it's, like,
simple, it's hot.
again, yeah, like, she was wild and crazy and interesting, but she was also incredibly smart. Um, she also would defend chorus girls from, like, creepy old men. Like, she
Oh,
would
we love
publicly
that.
embarrass them for, like, uh, being, like, lecherous
Creepy
old
and
men.
disgusting.
Yeah, she would, like, publicly do that,
Wow.
which I'm like, "Oh, we love
We should bring
that."
that back. Can we bring that back? Let's bring it back.
Yes.
Let's get real. Men
Sh
deserve it. Men deserve it.
she did fall in love with one of the fellow singers at the opera,
Mhm.
Fever through something. Um,
You attempted. You attempted.
I
You did your
did.
best.
She and Tev Tevenard. They remained friends, but and had some like absolutely insane fights, like Jerry Springer level arguments on stage sometimes. But uh
Love this.
they stayed friends, even though she tried to bite off part of his ear, like
I
like Tyson
mean,
style.
she tried to Van Gogh that shit. She's like, "Listen, let me
Mhm.
do that for you."
Yeah. She also
Mike Tyson shit. I just got that.
she also tried to kill herself, um, threatened to shoot the Duchess of Luxembourg, and attacking her landlord in court. Just random shenanigans.
God.
Went to court multiple times for committing the crime of wearing pants.
So
Which is,
the
like, up there with, um, like it was, like, on the same level of threatening to kill the Duchess of Luxembourg and attacking her landlord in court.
right.
And she got into bar fights, like, all the time, which I also think is hilarious.
Well, and some of the references that talk about her suicide attempts, it was like w from what I read, it was like she had this incredible opera career, and she had this emotional and professional turmoil, like intense pain, and having to deal with that with the Paris Opera. And so the attempt is written in the biological accounts, but they tie it to depression, exhaustion, and emotional collapse due to all of the fame and how much like public
Mhm.
scrutiny was on her all the time because she was in this prominent role. And so it talks about like how she relied on the royal favor because of her sword fighting skills, um, which was unpredictable and apolitical because she fought against all of those stereotypes, but then also would like flee cities due to legal trouble. So imagine living that life and then also dealing with depression and like the ups and downs of that. I can't imagine.
Yeah, and also, like, okay, um, speaking of a person that puts so much on their plate until they can't handle it anymore and they have a breakdown, Sarah.
Wild. Oh, ju- you want to throw me under the bus right now?
Yeah,
Girl.
I would never do that.
Oh,
Have never
that
done that
is
before ever.
that is a lie. I'm being nice to you right now. I want that on the record.
You are being nice to me. Ugh.
And then I found out with the Duchess of Luxembourg, I found out that she threatened the Duchess, not out of impulsive rage or theatrical bravado, right? She did it because her livelihood and her protection were quietly being taken away. So they were the gatekeepers in Louis XIV's France, right? And so noble women were not decorative, they were gatekeepers. So they controlled patronage, reputations, access to court favor, and careers. So opera singers lived and died professionally by aristocratic approval. So one disapproving duchess could end you without lifting a finger. And I guess she was not in the favor of said duchess. So yeah, she threatened her because her livelihood was being taken away.
I mean, that's fair, especially since she was in the Paris Opera, like, that is a big fucking deal. Not only that, but
Mhm.
she got into the Paris Opera when she was, like, 17.
Yes, 17. 17.
Insane. And only took a brief break when she was, traveling Europe because she was, uh, having scandalous affairs.
Mhm.
and was being she still hadn't been pardoned for the duels. But I feel like I stand by it. If you fight 3 dudes at the same time and beat them all, I feel like she deserves a pass. That's just me.
Pardoned. Honestly, if it
Mhm.
were me watching that and men are supposed to be this superior race and they just get destroyed by a 14-year-old, pardoned, pardoned.
Truly. Yes. So, this is probably, like, the sweetest part of her story is in 1703, at age 30, she fell in love with, Marjorie of Florensac.
Sure.
She also spent time in Brussels. She and Julie lived together for, uh, 2 to 3 years, it depends on the source, um, until the woman she was in love with, um, died, and it said that she died of a fever. What fever? I don't know. I tried really hard to find it. Um, but they lived together, like, openly. Like, this wasn't, like, a secret, like, "Oh, we're just, like, good friends." Like, no, like, they were like, "We're in love."
Yep.
I um, and when she died, Julie she just couldn't anymore, so she joined a convent for real this time, um, and she just stayed there until she died. Like, just, like, what
Which was only a couple of years, right? Because she died at 33.
yeah, mhm,
This one
yeah,
article that I found said, um, historians are uneasy about this woman because it breaks a preferred narrative written by men. Crazy, I
mm,
know. Historians like witty defiance, theatrical rebellion, symbolic resistance, and they are less comfortable with a woman saying, "If you destroy my life, I will end yours." And so in 17th century France, that makes perfect sense. So Julie wasn't trying to be shocking. She was trying to stay alive in a system that decided she was disposable. And I really liked the way that was written.
like, yes, she was, like, kind of dramatic and outrageous, but, like, she wasn't doing anything that, like, the men around her weren't doing.
Right. Exactly. But that was perfectly acceptable for a man to do.
Exactly,
To
and she just
to
really
start a
she
bunch
just
of bar
wanted
fights and to duel with a bunch
yeah,
of people and for no fucking reason. But if a woman
I
did it,
think
oh my god.
also, like, some people I think are just not able to be anything other than themselves, which
Thank God for
is
that.
a good thing and also a bad thing, but I think in Julie's case, like, she just was unapologetically herself, like
100%.
and
100%.
she did it no matter what, like, she did it without, like I think most people make choices based on how it's going to affect themselves in the future, like, "If I do this, am I gonna lose, um, money, connections, whatever?"
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and she
And
didn't
she
do
didn't
that. It was,
care.
"This is wrong. I'm gonna do something about it right now at this moment." And
Correct.
I
And I think
think
I
that's
think
great.
that direct I think that direct sense of confrontation from a woman was, like, so unheard of, especially in the situation with threatening the Duchess of, Luxembourg. That that direct confrontation of, "You will not take my career from me. I'm gonna take care of this myself." I think that direct confrontation from a woman was so shocking, especially to aristocrats, that they just kinda backed off like, "Oh, well, she's clearly gonna say something about it, and we don't know what to do with that, so we're just gonna back off."
Mhm.
Good. Also
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Or just, like, crashing a party, kissing a woman in the middle of the dance floor, which, by the way, she never tried to pass as a man. Like, they say that multiple times. She just wore
Yeah, I did see
men's
that. Yep,
so
yep.
that woman, we don't know, like, a lot of the women in her story are unnamed, and I kind of feel like we're okay, so the the woman that she fell in love with, who it sounds like she was also a teenager, so, like, it's hard to say, but, like, did she go back because she didn't wanna be with Julie anymore, or did she do it because she missed the comfort of her family and the life that she had? Because in that, you know,
Well,
living
and
on the run with
also
Julie was not ideal.
right. But it's also kind of also goes to show Julie's character that she wasn't doing these things out of hysteria. She was
No.
calculated in the things that she was doing. So for her to crash this party just to kiss a girl on the dance floor and then duel these three grown ass men and beat them, I feel like if it was out of hysteria, she would have lost or she would have fled or she would have taken the girl and kidnapped her like she did with the previous one. Um,
Mhm.
but you can see that, like, in some of these stories, or at least how I'm interpreting it, that it is not hysteria, that it is in fact calculated actions that she was taking. And I love this sense of like, she does not give a fuck about what societal standards are. The fact that she threatened the polite society standard, I think is fantastic. It's really fantastic.
And everything, like, I've seen her come up because, like, we keep track of, like, the badass women in history that we come across just for episodes like this,
Yes.
and I had seen her, I know of her vaguely, I knew who she was, um, and I every time I saw something about her, it was always in the context of, like, a really grabby headline, and I'm always like, "Okay, that's probably the one really weird thing that she did, and the rest of it is gonna be kinda mundane." No. No.
Hmm.
Her whole life was a fever dream. Her entire life.
Entirely. And
Like
how do you go? I mean, literally, and also career changes. Can we talk about that? The fact that she was allowed to learn how to fence was, like, outrageous for that time frame for a girl. And then for her to become so skilled at it, and then, fast forward a few years to becoming, like, an incredible opera singer as a contralto. I'm sorry, what? Like,
Mhm.
who is this ninja?
All while also, traveling the countryside briefly, um, basically doing, fencing competitions and singing in taverns, and also somewhere in there, early mid-20s, she just was in exile in Europe and has all of these crazy affairs, like,
Yeah,
wild. Like, you
and
can't
lived the way that she wanted to. She wore pants in a society that women did not wear pants, you know? Lived openly gay in a society that, like, would exile women for such acts. Like, this
Mhm.
is she has some balls on her. Like, ooh, I love it. I love it.
I yes, I love her. I just, like, I was reading it and I was like,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
"So she's
Well,
officially a
I
badass."
I think that's a wrap on this episode. If you want to learn more about Julie, however the fuck you pronounce her last name, by all means, please do some reading. And if you'd like, probably by the end of February, I will have read through the book that I already forgot the name of. Hold on, let me find it again. Mademoiselle de Maupin. I'm gonna go ahead and try to read that. I'm hoping that it's on audio somewhere because I love that for me. But yeah, Erica, do you have anything else you wanna talk about, or do you wanna roll into the outro?
Let's roll into the outro. The only thing that I wanna mention briefly is that I got my lashes done today. They look so cute in my brows.
Oh, okay.
By my friend Chanel, who's an esthetician. So if you live in Fayetteville and you are looking for an esthetician, um, Chanel's Beauty Artistry on Instagram, Chanel, Shannell. I say that because, I met her, uh, through a friend, but I met her because she originally started doing my brows, and she's one of those people that's, like, explains everything and, like, really just, like, knows her shit and is like, you go in and you're like, "I don't know," just like, they're like, "Oh, like, what do you want?" or whatever, and she like, "Okay, like, this is the style that would look best on you. I can tell by looking at your skin that, like, you need to do these things." Like, she just is very good at what she does. Um,
Okay. Well, then Erica needs to send me all of her info so I can put it in the show notes. And for
well,
people that want to look out for her in Fayetteville, go ahead and follow her and book your first appointment, boo boo. Go do it.
yes. Um, but yes. Uh, that's it for us, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We love you so much. Remember, join our Discord, our newsletter, which is super cool and fun. Remember Forever, our OG sponsor, Everyday Dose, mushroom coffee, delicious. They also have matcha, which is also pretty good. Um,
I'm a huge fan.
I Yeah, I put mine in the blender with, like, raspberries or strawberries, and it's
Moving
yeah, with some protein powder, delicious. Uh, and Primal Queen, uh, super great. My hormones are a fucking mess, and it actually does help, like, legitimately.
It does.
Um, uh, that's it, right?
Yes.
I think that was everything. Alright, anyway,
Please join our Discord. Join our
yes.
Discord. Go
Join our
do it.
Discord. It's fun. We have song recommendations and we share our cute dogs. Um, I had to buy Daisy a sweater from Bucky's. Um,
Obviously.
yes. Well, it was like 30 degrees when I was driving with her and I couldn't find her sweater, so I was like, "It's fine, like, how cold can it possibly be in South Carolina?" Apparently very fucking cold, and she
Yeah.
just you know how she is when she goes outside, if the vibes are not pristine, she's like, "Oh, no thank you." So I
Hold on.
bought
You
her
didn't bring her blanket with you?
Oh, I did. I brought her blanket.
Oh.
It was in the car, but when I took her out to go potty, she was like,
Oh,
"No."
yeah. She was not about that life. Yeah, that's fair.
No, it's too cold out here. So I had to go into Bucky's and get a little sweater.
Had to go into Bucky's.
Had to.
Obviously.
But yeah. Thank you. We love you. Without you, we would be potting in